I need to put on the lights. Hello people. Hi. Hi guys. Hey. Hi everybody. How are you doing? Okay. Welcome on board. I'm doing amazing. Bisola in Kasola. I'm doing amazing. So you remember today we are going to be having a question and answer with Cooperative Mortgage Bank, and they want to come and tell us the package they have for women. Okay, I'm waiting for them to join in so we can start. But before they come in, today is International Women's Day, so I want to say Happy International Women's Day to everyone. To all the women today. Today is our day. Let's celebrate, and this is a call to women, us all, that we should encourage one another the more. My audio, you can't hear me. Hold on a minute. Can you hear me? Can you guys hear me? You guys must hear me. Yeah, so if you can hear me, please wave. Let me be sure that I'm not talking to myself today. So happy International Women's Day. I said this is a call to everyone, to, every woman out there to support one another. We started picking out our challenges. I choose to challenge this, I choose to challenge that, and I don't want it to just be talk shop. The things that you have chosen to challenge, when you see them happening around you, you should speak up. Thank you, Mega Mommy. You should speak up. You should really challenge it. You should, fight it. I spoke about something today that I challenged the cultural norms when women are disinherited when it comes to their parents' properties. And a friend looked at me and was like, go and challenge your own now. You are disinherited. You were talking from a place of experience. Challenge your own. And I was like, well. So I wouldn't want us to go with, just talking about it and not doing anything about it, okay? If I have to challenge that, I will be challenging it for other people tomorrow. For me, I'd already crossed out my mind that, well, I'm a woman. They say I'm already married, so I have no inheritance with my father. And it's fine. I knew growing up and I had made up my mind, and I decided to pursue my own things, But if I have to stand up to challenge it, it's not just because of me. For every other child who will be born in that era, in that area where, they fight against women inheriting properties. So it's going beyond us. Let's not just close our mouths and feel it doesn't affect me anymore. Let's take up the fight. I also spoke against early marriage. I am against children getting married, but we know how it is. We know how some religions accept it, when a child hasn't fully matured to even understand what she's getting into. You then put that child to start bearing children, and they end up with so many numerous diseases that you cannot even imagine. So these are ills that we need to, constantly spotlight on, constantly talk about, and help ourselves. Women are powerful. Women are powerful. If I come again, I am going to be a woman, because I know that we are powerful. Women are strong. Women are more. We are not just made for the kitchen. We are made for more. We can take it, we can do it, and we can do better. So let us encourage ourselves in that regard. Now, I'm waiting for the people I'm hosting today. I'm seeing some requests. I'm seeing some requests. Oh, I'm seeing some requests. Okay, so I think I have to give them a call to know that I'm waiting. I'm waiting. Okay. Happy International Women's Day, everyone. Happy International Women's Day. All right, so today we are going to be talking about realizing women's rights to land, housing, and financial freedom. Okay, it's very important that women understand that they have a right to own their properties. If they have a right to work, to support their homes, they have a right to own their properties. They have a right to own their lands. They have a right to financial freedom. It's very important that we understand this and we support women to own properties. We support women to come out of poverty, to not only rely on their male counterparts, their spouses, their husbands, to give them money to buy undies, money to buy matches, money to buy everything. Women can work. Women can take care of themselves. Women are strong enough to be able to be given the opportunity to take care of themselves. When you look at the scriptures, for those of us who are Christians, we understand that Proverbs 31 woman who was amazing. She did everything that she brought praises to even her husband. So we are in an era where we need to empower women to be able to have their own homes, to be able to have their own financial independence, to be able to support one another, so that not when a woman's husband dies, she's stranded. When something happens in the family, she's stranded and she goes around begging. We need to support women. And this is one of the packages that Cooperative Mortgage Bank has brought to the fore. They have a women's platform to help women have their own homes, where they can pay down, save up a certain amount of equity, okay, and then get a mortgage, get a home, and pay out in a couple of years. It could be 30 years. You could pay as much as 30 years. So the earlier you even start, the better for you. Before you are 60, 50, 60, 70, you're done repaying your mortgage and that house totally belongs to you. So this is a way of supporting women to own homes, a way of supporting women to own properties. We know that this is part of the world. If anything happens to you and your husband, you are the one that they will carry your load. They'll pack your load and say, "Auntie, come and be going." Yes. So that is it. I'm checking the request to be sure I have my people here, so that if you can earn it, you can own it. Obinna one neck Lizzie. Thank you so much. If you can earn it, you can own it. So with Cooperative Mortgage Bank, you are able to save. Yes, we're having the ladies of the bank join us today. They're having a bit of technical issues, so I'm waiting on them. I have a couple of questions here. We had a session on WhatsApp last week. I spoke on Instagram and a lot of people wanted to be a part of it. And I said, okay, let me just get the WhatsApp group started. Since I'm going to be championing a cooperative, I am going to be chairing that cooperative. I'm a part of that cooperative. I'm also going to be applying for mortgage myself. Okay, so I'm a part of the process. I like to, when I introduce something to you, I like to be a part of it so that I know the challenges we are going to be facing, and I can constantly sit on them and say, no, these are my people. You don't treat us like that. You promise this, you promise that. I can hold them accountable because I'm a part of the process. So I'm not just influencing for them. I am going to be a part of the process. I'm going to be opening the accounts with the women as well. So when you come as an individual, you are meant to pay or save up to 30% equity. But if you come under me as a cooperative, since I'm going to be having my own cooperative, and the ladies who are joining me will be under my own cooperative, we're going to only be paying 20% equity then we can have our home and we spread it over 30 years. So somebody will say, but you don't need a house now. Who told you that? I'm a woman. I can get as many houses as I want. It's very important. So if I'm a part of the process, I'll be able to, follow up and know what's happening with my people and all that. Now, this is a wake-up call to every woman. So you don't say, I'm earning only 50K. I can't. You can save as little as 2,000 naira every month. Okay? As little as 2,000 naira every month. I'm not saying if you can afford it, save 2,000, you'll be wasting your own time, because you need to save up to 20% equity. 20% equity means the amount, the 20% of the value of the house. So if you see a house of 30 million, maybe 3-bedroom flat or bungalow of 30 million that you like, and that's the house you want to save towards, you can 30% of 30 million. You know how much that is. That's what you will need before you can get to move into your house. Okay? And then the remaining 70% will be spread for you with very low interest rates over 30 years. Now, let me tell you something we don't know. It's only in Nigeria that you want to buy something and use cash. You want to go and buy house, cash. You want to buy car, cash. You want to buy this, cash. And the gap between the rich and the poor are so obvious in Nigeria. Most especially because if you do not have cash, you cannot have access to anything. But outside the country, you don't know who has and who doesn't have. Everybody's almost the same, because there is a system that enables you, as long as you are working, as long as you're earning, that system enables you, okay, to buy and pay small, to as much as their phone. You see these phones that we buy here, we just go drop cash, and collect. People buy and pay instrumentally. You pay small, so that you can have the basic amenities. You can have, a good standard of living. You can't tell the poor and the rich. There's not much difference. Except the celebrities you see online and all of that. There's not much difference. Everybody has access to the basic amenities. You have access to water. You have access to light. You can have brand new cars. I have relations outside the country that are living well. Like, they own their own homes. I know it's on mortgage. They own their own cars. They own and they're comfortable. There's no difference between me and them, really. So it's a very good initiative. Thank you, Deb. Not chat. Yes. So I think we have somebody for CMB here. So it's a very good initiative to close the gap between the rich and the poor. And this is an amazing platform for women, so that we're not disenfranchised. It's not only the man that should have the house. It's not only the man that should have access to, financial independence. It's not only the man. We are not vulnerable. We are human beings. We are powerful. We're strong. Okay? We can own it. If we can earn it, we can own it. And this is a powerful message to every woman out there. You can actually own it. You can actually determine how you want your life to go. Yes, and everything is based on credit worthiness. Fantastic. So if you are able to consistently save, even if it's 2K, it's 5K. Oh God, you are so sweet, Shakima06. She said she trusts everything that's coming from me. Oh my God, I feel like crying. Thank you so much. Thank you. Hello. Hi, we've been waiting for the delay. You.
I'm so sorry. I
had to do a very long introduction.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I apologize to everybody who has been waiting.
No problem.
I'm a mom like all of you. I'm sure most of us are moms here. And I've just had to do the rush.
I'm exhausted.
And do the school picking up and all of that. So sorry, everybody.
Oh, it's fine. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So I have Nifemi. You're Nifemi, right? I need to
Nifemi, yes. Nifemi.
You look so young.
I am young.
I used to feel like I'm the youngest around the block. You look,
we're all young,
young.
We're young. We're all.
Yeah.
Thank you for holding it down.
Welcome to this IG Live.
Thank you.
Yes. I was doing an introduction talking about how CMB has decided to give us as women this platform where we can own our own homes, where we can bridge the gap of poverty. And I was giving instances of outside the country where people are, can have access to the basic amenities of life once they are credit worthy. And that's like a system we're trying to bring here. So you can't tell those who are rich and those who are poor. The gap is not, everybody has access to everything that makes their life easy. And that's why they're not so pushy and they are not so fraudulent, because they are okay. They're okay.
We're a reflection of the society.
That place where, that place where we can all be okay.
Yes,
we can all be okay. And this is what CMB is doing. So I'm really excited about this. I also mentioned I'm going to be a part of this. I'm going to save for my own equity. I like to get involved with things that I believe in, so that when I'm bringing people in, I can stand as a support system for them. If they have issues, if they have questions, they can easily call me. I'm not just here to influence, collect money and run away. I'm a part of it. I can defend it. I can harass people and say, come, don't treat my people anyhow. You promised me this, and I'm holding you to it. And trust me, I'm a troublemaker. I am a troublemaker.
I know. I'm a fan of yours. I watch your view. Yeah, I know. And you know what? I said, thank you very much for the introduction. And I will say, first of all, that I am also a CM Bank customer. Okay. So and let me talk about my, since this is a women's program and it's International Women's Day. Let me talk about myself a little bit.
Before you do that, let me introduce you properly. I want to mention your name and tell them your position. So we have Nifemi Ayinde Tuko. She's a head diaspora and women banking Cooperative Mortgage Bank. Welcome, Nifemi. Now
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for the lovely representation there. Okay, so I was going to say, I myself am a woman who is a customer of CM Bank, and I'm going to talk about myself a little bit, just because it's a women's program, and I want all the women watching me to be able to relate. So I have my background in women's development. Okay, so I studied international law and then went further to do a master's, and I'm currently doing a PhD research into thank you, into Nigerian women specifically. I've also been, into running not-for-profit organizations here in the UK and also in Nigeria for women. Okay, so trying to close that gender gap, trying to advocate for equal opportunities for women, for Nigerian women. So actually, over a year ago, I pitched an partnership between an NGO to CM Bank, and my current MD, said to me, "Why not come on board and work from the inside, inviting women's cooperative on the journey?" So I'm coming from a perspective where it's a woman's focused perspective. Right now that I've had a little bit of experience before now in the financial services industry, but I'm able to then merge that to make sure that obviously banks need to make profits, okay, but also we need to work towards closing the gender gap, because it is we're not a charity as women, okay, we hold the economy together. Women's businesses hold the economy together. So, large institutions need to start taking us credibly and seriously. And we need to start targeting what are the reasons why they're not seeing us as a credible business opportunity. And that is how this was born. Okay, so in my research, what we found that the things that kind of make women look like they're a more risky customer to give loans to. And I must say that my research also found out that women are more likely to pay back loans than men are.
Of course. Wow.
So I just thought, okay, this is something we need to look at, ways where we are bridging that gap. What are the things that are making us risky as customers to the bank, and make it in a way where we're covering the bank's risk, but we're also making it, approachable for the female customers to come in and, access these facilities. So what we've looked at, things like employers backing, right? So we know that there are many more men than women in the traditional employment.
Yeah.
So in ministries, in banks, in hospitals, and things like that. Sometimes we have in more professional roles, we have more men than women, and then we have women building the homes, whereas they're also doing their businesses on the side.
Alongside, yeah.
Exactly. And then also being able to put together the large bulk funds that it takes to access a 30% deposit mortgage, right? So we've looked at a product, whereas we're able to help you build your credit within the bank, whereas you've been saving for a period of 2 years consistently. You're building a credit profile. Like you said, BC, in the UK and other developed countries, we use a credit profile system. Unfortunately, I know we do have a credit profile system in Nigeria, but it is not as developed as it should be. So it is not as
not for everyone.
we can't exactly, and we can't rely on it yet. So the point of asking you to open an account, and to open an account with the bank, and stay for 2 years, keep your savings in the bank, show them what your credit culture is, okay? Is that way you're building a credit profile, so that when you go to a mortgage application, they can look at your history with the bank. They can look at what funds you have, your age, and all of that. I mean, during the webinar, we'll speak to one of my colleagues who's on the loans team, and they'll tell us more how the credit application goes, right? So she'll be able to give us more details on what it. But the thing is, also with regards to creating a cooperative also gives you the leverage of the fact that it is a whole group, right? So the bank is dealing with the group as a risk profile, not with you by yourself individually. Exactly. So you pose less risk as a member of a cooperative than you pose as an individual, for them to trust you. So that's why the women's cooperative structure comes in, right? And we know that in Nigeria, in Africa in general, many women belong to cooperatives, whether formal or informal cooperatives. I know the Igbo call it Osusu.
Osusu, yes. We all do that. We all have our piggy bank.
Exactly. And then the Yorubas call it Ajo.
Yes,
so many of us as women, our mothers, were already in these cooperatives. So we're just taking that culture on and doing it in a way that it is beneficial to today's woman, and it is getting today's woman the things that she needs to be able to, go on and close that gender gap in Nigeria.
Okay. So let me get in some questions. So we have a range of questions that I put together. We had a WhatsApp
Yes, we did.
Intervention, and it was really explosive. You and your team were able to answer certain questions. So I want to ask some of those questions and even more. I see that some people are already sending in their questions. So that's it. So ladies, you can send in your questions, okay? Anything you want to know, Nifemi is here for a bit to answer all of our questions. So now somebody asked, is it possible to access a mortgage within 1 year? We talked about them having to save for like 2 years to, determine their credit worthiness. But can it be shortened? Is it possible?
Yes. So definitely it is possible. The 2-year program, is for somebody who's not able to put down their 30 or 20% deposit. 20% for if you're a member of a cooperative, So if you're a woman, you know that you can afford the mortgage repayment, but you can't afford that first lump sum payment, then the 2-year scheme is for you, At the end of that, you go onto your mortgage straight on. without paying a deposit first. If you know that you can save towards the 30% or the 20% as a member of a cooperative, what you need to do is, we have a target savings account, okay, for women. Okay, that account, you open it and then you set a target that within 1 year, I want to save 1 million naira. Okay, and then we sit with you and spread out how much you need to pay each month to reach the target of 1 million naira. Because your savings are with us, your savings also earn interest. So you'll be earning interest as you're saving your 1 million naira deposit. Okay, at the end of that target, so the target savings account, right? You can use it for anything. It's not specifically for mortgages, but you can, save up your mortgage deposits in that account, right?
Okay.
It's a women's account, whereas we're encouraging you to save towards, achieving your dreams, whether you want to go for that master's,
business,
you want to buy a car, you want to start a business. Okay, we sit down with you, set a target for you, and when you reach that target, you get an extra 1% interest on the prevailing interest rate that will give a normal customer. So it is just it's an incentive account, so you can save your money in that account and then put it towards your, so yes, within a year you can go directly to a 20 or 30%
okay,
mortgage.
fantastic. Now another question is it mandatory that contributors must buy properties managed by your bank? How does the property thing work?
Okay, so I will explain that. Like we said, apart from the credit referencing structure not being developed in Nigeria for individuals, also for companies it is the same thing, right? So if we were to be giving loans, right, like other banks do, okay, to individuals to go and buy a property outside, the risk on that would be a lot higher, and that is why you have commercial banks in Nigeria giving loans at 20s and 30%, which, before the pandemic, we used to promise we always go 1 digit on all our interest rates, right? Obviously, now with the pandemic, we're a little bit higher, but once things settle down, I'm sure we can go back to that promise again. But we are not, we don't charge interest rates anywhere as high as the commercial banks, because we've managed our risks by working with companies that we know that we don't have problems with the land, we don't have problems with the buildings and all of that. Okay, so when you get a mortgage, you're getting a mortgage and you have to get it within the developers that we work with, their estates.
Okay, so somebody also asked, what's the connection between what we're doing with CMB and the NHF? Is there a connect? Can you tie them together? Okay,
so we would like to say that we could implement the NHF fund into the, sorry, I said NHS at the UK. NHS everywhere with the COVID pandemic. So the NHF fund, right? It is a separate thing entirely run by the government. Okay, you've been contributing to this from your salary as a worker, and you're supposed to apply either directly or through any mortgage institution to the Federal Mortgage Bank to get that. We can help you apply, but it is totally different from this. Okay. And the process for that is a lot longer. Okay. Unfortunately, because the NHF loan is the way it is, and I think there's been a lot of mismanagement with regards to people not paying back and all of that. So it's getting increasingly difficult for people to access it. We would like to say it is, it's working fine, but unfortunately, many times when we send customers applications to the Federal Mortgage Bank, it comes back declined, and it takes months and months. Whereas with us, the direct process.
Okay, so somebody just asked a question. Let me pick 2 of them here before I go back to my list. He said, is your bank insured? What's your credibility like? The second one is, can people abroad access this package?
Okay, can people abroad access this package? Definitely yes. As long as you're Nigerian, you have your Nigerian passport, you can fulfill all the KYC requirements as a Nigerian, which are set by the Central Bank of Nigeria. Which takes me to the next question, and which is the bank insured? Yes, it is. We are insured. We're certified by the Central Bank of Nigeria. If you go on the Federal Mortgage Bank website, you'll be able to look at the certified mortgage banks in Nigeria, and you should see our name on it.
Okay, thank you so much, Nifemi. So another question is, do you think restricting the mortgage to only properties you manage may limit people from the choice areas that they want?
Okay, I know that is a choice we've had to make internally. So it's either we're offering unsecured loans or secured loans, right? So what we offer is secured loans, and that's the reason why we're able to offer it, and we're even able to offer it to people. Our thing is, we're not looking for the high end people that can offer to to pay the 30 and 20 somethings interest rates. We're looking at the ordinary Nigerians. Okay, that is our target audience. And because of that, that is why we're sticking to secured loans, where we can also manage how expensive the loan is for you as a customer. Another thing I must say is that we're growing. Okay, as this is growing, we're growing. If you start saving now, in 2 years, the properties on offer, we're in a lot of states around the country right now. I know that I think we have a new branch in Edo State. The other day there was a set-up meeting in Owerri. Just today our MD came back from Sokoto. So we are going to different parts of Nigeria. And yes, exactly. And just to say that also it is a good time, right? Because the government is beginning to pay attention to the housing deficits. So it is envisioned that in the next decade or so, this is going to spread across the whole of Nigeria, where there'll be affordable housing everywhere.
Amen.
Exactly. So that is what we've been working on, and we're continuing to work on.
Yeah, thank you very much. So somebody asks, how do I know what the home I want is worth? Do I get to see the building before I commence my savings?
Okay, so if you have a target, the thing is, if you commence your savings and you're saving for 2 years, it might be that you're looking at a property that will be gone in 2 years' time, most likely. But the thing is, what I would say is that if you're looking to save towards doing this, right, but you want to see the properties, right, you can visit any of the estates and see the property, see for yourself what is going on there and all of that, right? But to have a personal viewing where you go into the property and we would like to say to keep that for people who are already in the process of like applying for their mortgage, or already even have a mortgage acceptance offer. And that's because we don't want to expend our energy in the beginning of your savings, whereas you're not yet ready to
proceed or continue.
To proceed, exactly.
Yeah. So as someone just quickly asked, although we talked about this in the WhatsApp group, they're asking if you have other locations in Lagos. The brochure we saw just showed Banana Island, and a lot of us got scared. We never reached that level. But I'm sure you are going to pass the complete brochure so that we'll see all of the options we have in Lagos. So we have, relax guys, we have in Lagos.
There are other options in Lagos. And the reason why the brochure is not extensive is because, when estates come up, obviously there's a lot of demand in Lagos. Before we know it, it's off the list again. So yeah.
Everybody's rushing to have a home in Lagos. All right. So the next question, who handles inflation and the price of the properties after savings have commenced. So I put down my 20% equity, and the house is probably 50 million, and I've moved in, and you've spread it for me for over 30 years. But then before a few
The
years,
value of your
the
property.
value of the house goes up. Is it going to reflect in my repayments, or I've settled my deal? How does that work?
You've bought your property. Okay, the moment you paid your deposit, you've already bought your property. Okay, so if we're talking about your interest rates now, that's something that you would need to join the webinar, because we'll have somebody from the loans team to answer that, because I saw somebody asking about fixed interest rates or variable interest rates. We'll have somebody from the loans, a loan manager, to join me to talk about that. But if it's the value of your property, you know, it's good for you if you buy a property in a place where like you moved in, and then in a year or two's time the value goes up. So you know, you've already bought your property. You know, that's
it doesn't
your
concern
benefit.
you. That's my benefit.
No, we're not taking away your profits from your property.
I like that. So what if someone can afford to pay the equity this instant? How long will the mortgage processing take before you take ownership of your home?
I'll take this off the top of my head, but that person should probably join the webinar as well, so that they can ask the loan manager directly. Okay. I would say that this depends. Okay, it depends on a lot of things. It depends on how quickly you're able to provide your documents. It depends on how long the checks take, maybe your employer's checks on your documents and things like that. So it really can depend on each application. But I would say that join the webinar starting in less than 20 minutes now. Join the webinar, and we'll be able to ask you know, loan questions directly to one of our loan managers.
Okay. Now, is there any way you can assist people currently saving with the NHF to be a part of this?
You know, people who are currently saving with the NHF, I would say we can't access that loan and take it on as part of your deposit. So it would be the normal you know, process, except you do apply directly to the NHF, and then they give you the loan, and then, you know, you can do, you know, with the loan what you need to. But we can't the Federal Mortgage Bank is an institution on its own, and we're an institution on our own, and we don't merge accounts.
Okay. So does the house belong to you once you have dropped your equity?
Once you've dropped the equity, the house belongs to you, but it is on a loan, right? So let's be honest, right? Please do not, and obviously you will not get accepted if loan managers look at your application and we think you will not be able to afford the repayment. Okay. Also, please do not apply or apply for a mortgage on a property that you know that you will not be able to sustain, because the truth of a mortgage process is that if you do begin to miss payments, right, you could get the property taken away from you, which is a very, very serious you know, thing to happen. Okay. So if you cannot you know, sustain the payment, please do not you know, apply for a property that you cannot sustain the payment. Something I always advise is that you know, sometimes life happens with regards to employment and things like that. There are insurance companies out there who cover employees, so your income insurance. So you can speak to insurance companies, and if you are able to get it covered, it's even better, because in case anything happens with your income, at least for the next 2-3 months, or depending on your package with the insurance company, they can cover you, so that you know that your house is, you know, secure.
Okay. So what do we require to open the savings account?
So to open the savings account, you can either email my team, womenbanking at cmbankng.com, or you could go on the website. You see we're now on the landing page, so you just go on the landing page, women's banking, and it tells you how to apply. It will tell you all the all the documents you need, your passport, your it will tell you the documents you need, your passport, your utility bill. It's all on there.
Okay, so people who are applying from abroad can be done electronically?
They can be done electronically, yes.
Okay, yes. Then also people who want to be a part of the cooperative so that their equity will be reduced to 20% as against 30% will come through me so that we have our own forms together. So
group,
ladies and ladies, you want to be a part of my cooperative, you have to come through me. So some of you would have to send me WhatsApp messages. I'll add it to the WhatsApp group. We all apply together. So that reduces our equity. Fantastic.
And those who've gone ahead from BC's group to apply online, please let BC know that you applied online so that we can put your name under the group.
Okay. Okay. So can you tell us a bit about the interest rates on the repayments?
Okay. For interest rates, please come to the webinar. Okay. So all those with regards to loan application, the loan process, the specifics on the we'll have a loan manager there to answer those questions.
Someone also asked, can they save towards specific projects? I know you mentioned it early, but it's a question I just got. Can they save towards probably their masters? Not necessarily for
definitely yes. Okay. And the thing is, with the women's banking for Cooperative Mortgage Bank, for women, come directly, apply, don't go to the normal savings account, apply through the women's banking portal so that you can have the benefits applied to your account. As a woman, we give extra incentives on all the women's accounts, right? So go through the women's portal.
Okay. They are still asking, as a cooperative, do they get to choose their homes individually?
Yes. So we have cooperatives where you choose your homes wherever you are individually. We also have cooperatives where the cooperatives have come together and funded a project. So for instance, we've done Shell, we've done the Nigerian Police Cooperative, we've done excuse my head now, but they're employment-based cooperatives, right? So most of them, they know that, okay, they are within this location and they all want to be within the same location, and then, okay, their project is together in one place. But since your group is not bound by location, then you can pick from any of them. Exactly.
All right. Now, someone says, after the savings and you realize you do not need the home anymore, can you withdraw your money?
Oh yes, definitely. You can withdraw your money. The money is yours. It's just a savings account until you've tied into the mortgage. It's just a savings account.
All right. Now, is that okay? Let me still ask. I don't know if you'll be the one to handle this, but is that interest rates or only on the repayments, or the interest is okay? I want to get the question myself. Is the interest only on repayments mortgage, or you're paying the repayment and there's additional interest? I don't understand the question myself. Did it make sense?
I'm not sure I understand, but let me explain interest in general. Okay.
Right.
On your savings, we are giving you interest because you're keeping your money with us. Okay. It's a savings investment. On your mortgage, the interest I talk about is because we're giving you a loan. That is how we get our profit. Okay. So I don't know if that's what they were trying to say. Exactly. Interest on your savings is money to you. Interest on your mortgage is money to us.
Oh, okay. All right. So can you exit the mortgage early?
Okay, so that is a loan manager's question. So please join us. And I was going to say, please, BC, I have to go in a few minutes because I have to start exactly. Yeah.
I need to rest, honestly. So I said, does the 30 years mortgage depend on your age? Let's say someone is 40 or 50. Okay.
It does depend on your age. So, for instance, let me give a quick calculation for that. Okay. So I would say that, I don't know what the maximum number of years to be in office in Nigeria, retirement age in Nigeria.
65.
65. Okay.
Yeah.
So the closer you are to 65, the you have to reverse calculate the 30 years. Okay.
Oh.
So if you're 64, you have just 1 year in office for us to say you'll be earning money to pay us back.
Okay.
You understand? So, and then backwards. So if you still have 10 years in office,
you have
then
20 years in office.
Exactly.
Okay.
So
Okay.
that's
So
how we calculate it.
Now, one final question before I let you go. Can CMB finance joint ownership with your spouse? For some people who want to have
we are not discriminating. We have even
we are not
we don't discriminate.
spouses.
We are not separating spouses. Please, we want spouses to remain together. So yes, we can. Yes, we can.
Okay, that's fantastic. Thank you so much, Nifemi Tuko,
thank
for
you
being
so
with us
much,
today.
for having me.
Yeah. So the link for the webinar on Zoom is in your bio, right?
It is in our bio. Yes.
Is it something you can call out? Do you have it with you?
Okay, let me just get it now.
Okay.
I'll check my emails and just get it too.
While you're checking, what about entrepreneurs, people who run their own businesses?
Yes.
Can they be a part of this loan? Yeah.
This is specifically for you. So we've created this. Yes, this is, we put entrepreneurs because we know many women are entrepreneurs. We've thought about you while creating this. So if you're joining BC's group, I'll be speaking to BC more, okay? Because if you're going on the 2 years, program, you also, apart from saving your money, you also still need to start getting yourself ready for that process of application on that at the end of that second year. So BC will be able to educate you on things that you need to do. Okay. So if you're an entrepreneur, one thing I would just say is, you need to, instead of doing your business on your private account, open a business account so that by the end of the 2 years we'll have seen that, okay, this is how much you earn.
There's inflow and outflow.
There's inflow. We can calculate how much on average you earn and what you can afford on a mortgage.
Okay, that's fantastic. Did you find it?
1 minute. I just had lots of emails today. I'm trying to say the right one. Okay, so it would be. Okay, let me type it here.
Okay.
Am I able to type it and pin it?
Yes, I think you can. Yeah, I think you can.
HTTP.
No, if you can get just the passcode and the password.
Oh yeah.
The numbers.
Okay.
Yeah.
So better. The pass. Does it have it here? Okay. So no password. The webinar ID.
Yeah. ID
is 925.
925.
38.
38.
37.
37.
87.
87.
02.
02.
Yeah.
The passcode.
So no passcode. So 925.
Okay.
38 37 8702.
Yes. So we can be a part of it. You just go on there, log in now. It's starting in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And
so you don't need a password. It's straight entry.
Yeah. So you can ask more of the questions, and let's get you started. So those who are ready to join my cooperative, I'm so excited about this day. Send me a WhatsApp message. Yes, you are in, Shakima. I can see you're in already. Send me a WhatsApp message, and let's get ready to start filling out our forms. We already have an online form, and we can start registration. I think I'll do my own today or tomorrow. Yes, we start registration and start our savings. Okay, very, very important. Thank you so much, Nifemi, for giving us this time.
Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you so much for this platform that you have given to women to be able to own their own homes. You have done so much.
Thank you for extending. You know, there's so many. I must say about BC.
No code.
There's so many women okay, who, you know, talk about championing, you know, women's program. But, you know, you need to look at what they're actually doing towards it, okay? You know, BC did not look at, okay, what is this in this, like, oh, you know, many influencers, they'll say, oh, okay, this is how much I charge. But BC was like, let's get it started. Let's get it started. It is for women. I'm doing it. I'm on board. Let's get it started. So, and I really, really appreciate you for doing that.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for
all
your
right,
time.
Guys. So let's head over to
so I'll
the
see
Zoom
you all
meeting.
yeah.
So we can get in more information. Thank you so much, everybody.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.